Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, how do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? What's going on? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. And this is Jay Moore, the healthy accountant, helping you to account for your life. Happy Friday to you. Guys, we are nearing to the end of another week. And so today, here's what we're talking about. We're talking about no money, mo problems. You've heard the phrase, mo money, mo problems. Look. Go find a person with money and then go find a person who doesn't have money. And you tell me who has the bigger problem. Today, we're going to look at this. We're going to talk about this from the perspective of a business owner. Look, are you a business owner? Are you looking to be a business owner? Listen, today's episode is going to help you to focus so that if you start a business, and when you start a business, you will be able to understand what's most important. All right. So just before we get into that, I just want to make sure you know on Monday, we got 3 days. 3 days before starting the Good Accounting Challenge, we'll be starting. And it's not about this thing, but it can look, these are the business steps that's going to help the business owner, the person that's transitioning, the person that's been in business, connect with what business really is. And so, guys, you know, this has taken me 20 years to discover. It took me 20 years to discover. It won't take you 20. So look, if you join the challenge is free, then this challenge is right for you if you're looking to grow your business. So let's jump right into this. So no money, no problems. And so I was thinking about this, right? I was thinking about no money, no problems, because look, as business owners, how is it that some businesses make a lot of money, some businesses make no money, some businesses make a little bit of money, some businesses go out of business? What's the fastest way somebody's going to go out of business? They're going to run out of money, or they're not going to generate. You know, back when I was in school, they used to say stuff like, well, the reason why a business fails is because they were undercapitalized. They didn't have enough startup money. They didn't have enough capital. Now, here's the thing, you know, my Uncle G, he said, yeah, okay, undercapitalized. Well, they didn't make money fast enough at quantities high enough in order to stay in business. So let's think about it. You don't need money to start a business. I mean, sometimes you do, depending on the business. If like in today's market, if you were just going to start a business, an information business, a service business, you don't need any money to start a business. What you need is to be able to sell something, right? Now, here's the big problem. Here's the big problem for business owners. You want to make sure you get this tacked into your psyche. The big problem is what you have to solve for other people. It's a big problem. It's a big, it should be so big, right, that people are willing to pay big to solve that problem. You're like, Jay, you know, well, you know, a lot of people don't have a lot of money. Well, some people don't have money, but there's a lot of people that have money. Look, what I've discovered, I'm talking about, I'm a novice, guys, man. I'm a child. So I'm not sitting here trying to be a guru of anything. What I've discovered in a short amount of time is that everybody got some money. Everybody got some money. Even the people that you're saying, even the people that you would label as, man, they probably broke. No, they spend money on what they want to spend money on now. So here's the thing. Everybody spends money on what they want to spend money on. What does that mean? Whatever their desires are, they'll spend money. If they get a diagnosis today, think about this. If someone gets a diagnosis today, right now today, that they need to part ways with all the money in their bank account so they can live, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to part ways. They're going to say, well, thank God I got all this money in my account, whatever amount it is, I will part ways with that so I can live. So people only spend money on what it is that they actually desire, or when the problem is big enough. This is the problem inside of businesses. People are trying to solve little problems. When you go, here's even another problem with that. People are trying to solve a big problem with a little pay. How long will you be in business if your price is really low? Unless you're Walmart. Unless you're Walmart, Walmart can be the cheapest because they're the biggest. And so they've already cornered that market. So there's no second cheap. There's no second cheapest. So if there's no second cheapest, then you need to go more on the higher side. Like, Jay, well, I don't know if I can charge $2,000. I don't know if I can charge $5,000. I don't know if I can charge $10,000, $20,000 for my service. Well, do it anyway. Try it anyway. And I don't like using the word try, because try, a lot of times folks won't do anything. Do it anyway, right? Why? Because here's the thing. Very successful people, and I listen, I get coached all the time, right? So I'm listening to the, folks that's already down the road. I'm just a little ways down the road. So I'm probably not too far from you. So here's the thing. I listen to them. Here's what they say. They say, well, the thing is, when you have a high price, it sets you apart anyway. When you have a high price, it sets you apart anyway. People, there's a perception now. When I say to someone, hey, how much is the program? It's 10,000. They're like, 10,000. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, right now we're running a special. It's 10,000. It's going to be 25,000. They're like, oh, well, because here's the thing. It's not that I value my time. I do, but it's not that I value my time. Look, at the end of the day, my job is to help. My job is to help. And if my job is to help, what's your big problem? So if someone's paying me 10,000, your big problem is you're probably having a hard time making some money, and you may not be even making 100,000 yet. Or if you're making 100,000, you're thinking about, man, how can I get to the next 100? That's why you would pay 10. You just pay it up front. You pay the 10 up front. And so you go into a problem. But here's the thing. The problem has to be big. See, when the problems are not big for people, when people don't realize that this problem is big, if this problem is just a normal problem and everyone else is fulfilling on this problem, then that title, no money, more problems, is going to stay true. Because it's easy to not have money. Easy. Why? Because we've been taught not to have money. You've been taught in school, to basically live on a little bit of money. That's how we've been taught, but spend it all. So look, what are we going to take away from today? Here's what we're going to take away, because I'm not going to keep you much longer. Here's what we're going to take away today. Look, most business owners are having a problem with money, no money, because they're not solving a big enough problem. And if they're solving a big problem, their price is wrong. Because imagine you solve somebody's problem, you help somebody make $100,000, and you only charge them $100. Well, you should quickly be moving to $10,000 for that. At worst, $5,000 for that. $1,000 would be too low. So, especially when you're starting out, I learned this from a coach. What the coach said is, hey, because you're small, you should have a higher price, because it's no way that you're going to be working with the masses. You're not going to be working with hundreds of people. You may only be working with 10. So if you're only working with 10, you should have a price that at least gets you off the ground. So if you're working with 10 people, you shouldn't have a price lower than 5,000. Because if you got 10 clients in the next 2 months and they all paid you $5,000, you just made $50,000 in 2 months. See, that's when you realize, oh, shoot, I don't have as many problems as I used to. So now you're like, well, how can I get 10 more clients? How can I help 10 more people? Well, Jay, I'm not sure how to do that. You don't have to know how to do it at this point. What you have to know is at the end of the day, if you don't have any money, you're going to have big problems. And so we have to make a decision. Even me, because sometimes my price is a little bit lower than what it could be. We have to make a decision today that the price that we associate ourselves with, look, we're going to make the value. We're going to make the value. We're going to create the value, but I'm going to choose my price first. I'm going to choose my price first. So it's important. Choose your price first, right? Choose your price first. I'm going to say it again. Choose your price first, right? Because when you choose your price first, then what you do now, you put yourself in a position to now understand, wow, okay, how can I make that price valuable to the person so that they're getting more? But choose your price first. Don't go low. Go high and then figure it out. Because if you don't have money in business, going to have more problems. Guys, this is 20 years here. 20 years, and I look back on this today. This morning, I look back. I says, man, I've had more problems because if I was not generating enough money, I had more problems because of that. So at the end of the day, if you're in business, businesses are supposed to make money. Then you're supposed to design it to make money. What are you going to do today? You're going to design your business to make money? I hope you do, because if you do, then you will definitely at least not have the money problems. At least that. Now, you may have some other problems, but it won't be money, and it won't be for the fact that you can't actually have the resources that you need to do the things that you need to do. So, guys, I hope you got value from this. If you did, go ahead and comment on this. Let me know what you got from this. Look, and if there's something specific you'd like for me to do a video on, that's on business, that's on growth, put that in the comments. I'd love to do a video for you on that. Guys, I appreciate you for joining me for this episode. Don't forget, join the Good Accounting Challenge at goodaccountingchallenge.com starting on Monday. Because if you are a business owner, someone that's looking to connect all the dots in the business, you want to join this challenge because it's going to help you to do that. God bless, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.